is Rich with Rich Baum Photography, Sacramento, California. And, we're doing real estate stuff here. And though this was a commercial shoot, it certainly will apply to real estate. And I'm always saying how there's different ways, many ways to do things. And there are, especially in this type of work. And, excuse me. One thing I want to say is this is pretty much a finished image. And this is for a designer shoot, but I'm looking at it and I noticed it had a lot of color cast here from these tungsten lights or incandescent lights, and we get a little bit too warm but down there, and not bad over here, but the ceiling, everything's kind of a little bit orange. So anyway, I'm going to show you an really easy trick, or maybe just not a trick but a technique that you could actually do many ways to fix that. You could shoot with lights on, without lights on in the location itself, and then mask in the light you want, the color you want for the warmth. But you know what? I find this to work too, and sometimes after the fact, you need to fix things and you don't know how to do it. So I'm going to do this by making a duplicate copy of this in Lightroom. Simply making a duplicate copy and then adjusting the duplicate copy for exactly what I want to mask in, which is up here and maybe down in here and back in there and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to start, and also there's a little bit of orange on there. I want my whites to be white anyway. So one first thing I want to do is to make a virtual copy in Lightroom. So you right click on the photo and you'll go create a virtual copy. And if you've never done that before, it's a very useful tool. It's a non-destructive, and it is not making a full another file. It's just making a virtual copy that saves your changes, your edits. So now what I want to get rid of is the orange. And I'm going to go down here on the right. In Lightroom, I'm going to go down here to the colors. You can see down there. So in saturation, I'm just going to lose my oranges. And what I want you to do is, as I move it, I want you to look up here and here. So that's what I'm judging this on. I'm just going to take out the saturation in my orange. And I'm going to take out all my yellows to see if I have yellow there. Yeah, I have yellow in there. You see, if I move the slider back and forth, it changes it. So I'm going to take some of it out, but leave a little bit. Okay? And then I'm going to go up to my red too. And I'm going to move it up and down. And I don't have any real reds affecting things I want to change. So look at it here. So this is what I made. And I'm going to go back and forth between the original photo here and there. And I just want to make this more white over here, a little bit of white over here, a little whiter here, a little whiter here. So I've got that. So now I want to highlight both of these images and right click it and make this open as layers in Photoshop. Take a little sip of cafe this morning. Okay, as I've told people, the things I do here really aren't taking that long. But one thing I will say is you need a fast computer. So if it's taking longer than it's taking me to open up, which is about 10 or 12 seconds to open up 2 images in Photoshop as layers, then you need to up your computer by a solid state hard drive and more RAM. And I recommend that highly for anybody serious about doing this. Up your computer, because find the money, borrow the money, PayPal later, whatever you got to do, but up your computer speed, because that will totally increase your speed. Okay, so I've got my original shot on top, which I'm going to bring to the bottom. Okay, so I want I'm going to click the ambient. Actually, it's not the ambient. I'm so used to that. I'm going to click on the adjusted layer. Okay, now the other thing too is I want to, now I'm going to do this in normal mode. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight, and I also don't have to align these layers because a virtual copy is exactly the same, so I don't have to align the layers. Not that I align the layers a lot, but I do suggest it if you're not confident that your layers are aligned. So I'm going to go down here and add a layer mask, hit Option on a Mac, Alt on a PC, add a layer mask. And here we go. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can really see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to start here in this area. So I'm going to make my brush, which is on white for paint. My brush over here is selected. My size, I'm going to do 0 hardness because I want to mask this in. And I'm just going to adjust my size here by hitting the, oh, what button is that? Never mind. Here we go. I'm just going to now start taking out the color. There we go. Oh, it's so much better in my opinion. And this is really subtle stuff, promise you. And although this is not a real estate, this is a commercial shoot, I think it's even worth doing on real estate shoots because, you know, it doesn't take very long. This whole thing would take me about a minute from exporting, importing, and getting it back. So it's not really a long process, but you see, let's take that out. Look at the difference. Big difference. I didn't want the warmth there. Now I'm going to do a little bit up here on these ropes. I'm not going to do the light bulb because I like the light bulb. And the light bulb is part of the home. So I want to include the repairs or what I'm doing onto this image. If it was a lamp, I might not really care about it, but this is something that really sells with the house. So let me get a little bit out there. That looks much better. Absolutely. Let's look at it again. Compare the two. Before and after. It is subtle, but to me, it's worth doing. I'm going to bring this out a little bit, and I'm going to increase my brush size to just about the width of this. And here we go. I'm just going to paint this out. Here we go. I'm going to do a little bit on these cabinets here. And this is for a new home builder, so it's really important to get the colors and the textures right because that's what they're hiring you for, to show what the colors look like and to show what they're selling, what they put all this time and energy in designing. Okay, now I'm just going to lose a little bit of there, and it's very subtle again. But if it wasn't so subtle, the next photo I show you, we could do the same thing. And let's look at this. I'm pretty happy with it now. Bam. Okay, so let's look at the difference. Let's go out here and just look at back and forth. This is before and after, before and after. Again, very subtle, but definitely well worth it. So I'm going to bring this back into Lightroom, and I'm going to now take an extreme issue. Let's say that we wanted, let's get another one here. Let's see now. I shot these both horizontal and vertical, and I did that because this was a design client, and designers like the both ways. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do this again. Now, let's just say this is our image, and we don't like the color casts on these cabinets, but we want them here. You know, this isn't a real good example. Hold on a second. Let's go. I'm going to stay with that example. So we just I'm just going to do it real time. We create a virtual copy here, and then we take the color sliders down here. And this photo I would never use, but it will work for our purposes here today. And I'm taking out the orange, the yellow, and there we go. And there we have pretty much the color of the cabinets I want. So I'm going to click on both images, edit in, align, open as layers in Photoshop. Okay, so we're doing the exact same thing here. And I'm just doing this to show you how to do it. I'm not going to use this photo, either of these photos. I'm going to use the one I finished here. Here's the finished copy right there. Okay, so let's go back into Photoshop. It is probably opened right now. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put my original layer, I'm going to put that on top. Actually, I'm going to put my adjusted layer on top, and I'm going to make a layer mask in here. So again, if I just want to clean up this color cast right here, I've got the same settings. I'm just painting it out right here. And I'm sure you can use this tool a lot because it's a real good tool to have. There you go. So I'm just going to clean it up from right here. And that's all I wanted. There we go. So we could have done a color mask. We could have done a lot of things. But I found that doing it my way, making this virtual copy, is super, super quick and easy. And you can see what a difference it is right here. There's the red, there's before and after. And to be honest, if I was doing this whole photo, I would be going here. Because some places we want the warmth, other places we don't. Here's one more. There we go. See, like here, I wouldn't want to take out, let me take it out on the floor. I want the warmth in there because that's actually, you know what, I kind of like in between the two. But this will give you the tools. You can change it to as much or as little as you want, and this will show you. Okay? So let's bring that back into Lightroom, and let's just pick out one more. Let's see something else that's good here. Okay, oh here, I got a good one here. Okay, let's go right here. Here's another kitchen I did. Here's the final image I've got. But let's see here. We've got this image. And let's just say that we didn't like this warmth up here from this light right here. So all we have to do is make a virtual copy. There we go. And I'm going to lose the orange and the yellow. And you can see right there, it's really, really cleared it up. Let's go back and forth. This is before and after, but I want to keep the warmth. Oops, let me go back to this one. I want to keep the warmth here. So all I want to do is adjust that. So I highlight both, right click, edit in, open as layers in Photoshop. Okay. Once this has opened, I'm just going to select my brush and a soft brush at 0 hardness, and it's going to allow me to paint that in. You can see this is taking a little bit long to come in. And again, we're going to put the adjusted photo on top. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. Took a little long, but I'm going to take the adjusted photo, put it on top. Okay, and we're going to make a layer mask. And I'm just going to take out, I'm going to bring it up here. It's going to take out the warmth where I want to take out the warmth. And again, we're just doing this to show you the tools to do this. Okay, there we go. And we just do this freehand. It's so fast and easy. Okay? And you can do it. You can do so many other things with it too. And if I want to bring back a little bit of the color in here, let's say I went over it by accident, okay? I would just now hit X on the keyboard. Watch this over here. Goes from white to black. And now I'm going to do flow 100%. And if I wanted to just put light in, color in here, I'm just going to paint it in real quick. And there you go. You can take it all the way out and you can just put it back in where you want it. Okay? So let's look at it before. Look at all that color cast in there, in here, and after. Okay? I don't mind a little bit on this stainless steel. Don't mind it at all. So let's go back and forth one more time. Color cast. No color cast. Anyway, This is Rich with Rich Baum Photography saying, shoot faster, shoot better. Please subscribe. And by all means, if you're going to buy gear, buy it from Adorama and use the link in the video below. And if you click on that link and do your shopping, it'll bring me a little bit of happiness. I can buy a cup of coffee. Literally, that's about all it is. But if all you guys do your shopping through Adorama and through that link, I'm going to be a little happier, especially make it easier for me to do these free tutorials. So subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, comments. I absolutely follow up on all my comments now, and got some great things coming up. So Rich Baum Photography saying, see you later and have a great day.